Hello. So today let's talk about energy crashes and midday exhaustion. Well, it could be any time of the day exhaustion. So let's talk about some easy energy hacks for busy executive moms. And no, we are not talking about caffeine here. We're talking about some easy tips that you can do whether you're at home or you are at work at this time when you get that energy crash or that exhaustion or brain fog kind of a feeling. So, as an executive mom, you start your day early, you get your kids ready. Probably, if you are like me, you're managing that chaos and driving straight into those back to back meetings as well. By midday, that exhaustion hits hard, right? So, I've been there, done that. Now, you may be grabbing that second or third cup of coffee, hoping it'll power you through the afternoon, giving you that energetic and active feeling. However, it will, after a while, of course, it does that, but after a while, it leaves you feeling exhausted, maybe sluggish, foggy, and drained. Now, caffeine, we all know, gives you a temporary boost, but it does not address the root cause of your exhaustion or your tiredness or your brain fog. Now, so, in this video today, let's discuss how you can recharge naturally without relying on those endless cups of coffee, really, or energy drinks for that matter, even if you are struggling with this, fatigue and exhaustion and brain fog, etc., as I mentioned. Now, energy crashes, of course, can be if you haven't had enough sleep in the night, but most energy crashes or lack of energy or exhaustion are not about lack of sleep. It's also the way you sit, you move, and you manage your stress throughout the day. It plays a role in how energized you feel during and at the end of the day. Now, um, let's see all these in more details. But before I get into that, let me introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs to manage their spinal, that is back and neck, and nerve pain without, well, despite low energy levels and brain fog or lack of focus. I do so by giving you simple exercises, some easy lifestyle modifications, some tips and tricks have helped me in my own pain and adrenal fatigue journey. Adrenal fatigue, those of you who know it, has a lot of symptoms, but the main one that I faced were low energy levels and brain fog. So those are the ones that I talk about. All right, let's get into the topic for today without taking much of your time because, hey, we're moms, we are busy people. And I do apologize for this yellow lighting. Trying to sit near the window to get some natural light, but I don't think that's working very well. So, well, I guess it's the content of the video that matters really, not the lighting. So just bear with me on that one. All right. So going back to our topic for today, which is if you're feeling exhausted by midday, how do you feel and how do you stay energized without going for that caffeine, that is your coffee or energy drinks? So, the very first thing that I want to talk about is poor posture and sluggish circulation, or when you're slouching at your desk, right? So, when you're in this slouch position, you're sitting at the desk. Of course, it's unintentional. Unintentional. Nobody slouches on purpose, right? But it just happens as the day drags on. It can lead to a lot of muscle tension, especially around your neck and shoulder, upper back area, sometimes going into the lower back as well. It because of that poor posture, the nerves around the upper to mid cervical spine, so basically from your hairline to the middle of your neck, can get stressed, leading to headaches. It can lead to brain fog and, of course, fatigue. Now, I'll just address these really shortly and then I'll go to the tips that can help you. So, another thing with stress comes the adrenal fatigue. Now, I'm not saying everybody who's stressed or exhausted or has brain fog has got adrenal fatigue, but it is an option to keep. I mean, that is something to keep in mind to know, be aware of that there is a condition called adrenal fatigue and it can lead to these symptoms. So, when you have when you have high stress levels and you have that over reliance on caffeine, they push your adrenal glands into an overdrive, and that leaves you drained and tired. I'm not going to go into the details of this because, to be honest, I have read lots and lots on adrenal fatigue because I suffered from the same condition. I'm not an expert, so I'm not going to go into the details of it here, but I have written quite a few blogs on brain fog, fatigue, exhaustion, really. So you can go to my YouTube channel and have a look at those, or alternatively, you can go to this blog that I have written on the same topic. It's called Feeling Exhausted by Midday: How to Stay Energized Without the Caffeine. I will leave a link to that blog in the description of this video. That blog has a lot of information. There are lots of links to other blogs and videos. There's a video on how stress affects your energy level and 5 simple tips to manage that stress for a busy executive mom. These are different from the ones that I'm going to talk about here. It also has a free video guide on quick and easy desk-based exercises to avoid that spinal and joint pain. These are simple, easy exercises that can be done under 2 to 3 minutes while you're sitting at your desk. Now, I said these are to avoid spinal and joint pain. However, when you take these movement breaks or do these exercises, you should remember that this will also help you. This is one of the tips I'm going to share with you. Is it is also going to help you get over that energy slump, that fatigue, and that drained energy or exhaustion. Now, I think I just jumped the gun. I wanted to just talk to you about um, another point, that is dehydration and low sugar, blood sugar spikes. Sorry. So if you skip your meals or you're not drinking enough water, that because obviously your schedule is busy, nobody skips water on purpose, or you just don't remember, that can lead to brain fog and energy dips. So now coming to the simple and easy tips that I was talking about to stay energized without the caffeine. So the very first one, as I shared, was to take those movement breaks. So if you can't do every 20 minutes, half an hour, at least every 45 minutes to an hour. If not, then at least an hour or two. Get up and move. Our bodies are not designed to sit in that static posture without movement. Stand up, stretch, go get that glass of water, go to the printer to get your printout, just go talk to a colleague, do something, but just get up and move. If nothing else, just stand up and stretch. If not, then go to that free video guide that I have in the blog for you and do those exercises. It will not take a lot of your time, just 2 to 3 minutes. I think we can all spare 2 to 3 minutes every hour. Okay, another thing is hydrate and fuel your body. As we were saying, dehydration, it can lead to a lot of exhaustion. Dehydration can also mimic fatigue. So hydrate yourself, keep a water bottle at your desk so it reminds you, sip throughout the day. This is common sense, but these are things that we tend to forget. Now, of course, if you pair it with a protein-rich snack like your nut or yogurt or hummus, whatever works for you, really, everybody's different, you can avoid those sugar crashes as well. Another thing is breathing for instant energy. Now, this is true. Today at work, I was feeling really exhausted. I sat down and 20 minutes of breathing exercises and I was a new person again. Believe me, it does help. So you can try any of the breathing techniques that any pranayama techniques or just deep breathing. However, there's one that I particularly like and it's easy to do is the box breathing, where think of this as a box. So you are breathing in, so a box or a square has 4 sides, right? So when you are breathing in, you breathe in for a count of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. And then hold 1, 2, 3, 4. If you find that the holds are too long, you can start with 2. So 4, 2, 4, 2. So inhale 4, hold 2, exhale 4, hold 2. Try that. Of course, if you have breathlessness and other issues or any medical issues, you want to clear it with your doctor first. But this box breathing really is helpful. It is one of my go-to techniques. So give it a try and see if that works for you. All right. So another one that I wanted to share with you here is uh, how to manage that stress and reduce fatigue. Now, there is a lot of material out there, information out there about reducing your stress. Chronic fatigue does drain your energy and it leads to that afternoon slumps or that exhaustion. You can do a 5-minute mindfulness break. You can do some short walking around if you have fresh air, like you can go out in your garden and walk if you have that kind of a situation where you can limit your caffeine after noontime. So because caffeine will take you to that high and then it'll suddenly the energy levels will drop down or crash down. So yeah, that is all I had for you really. I mean, most of the things I've covered in this video, I realize are more common sense, but really for somebody like me, when I was going through adrenal fatigue, there were so many well-meaning friends or blogs that I read, and all these common sense kind of points were actually like, oh yeah, I forgot about it. So I don't know if you get that feeling after listening to me here. But yeah, do check out that blog that I was talking about. I will leave it in the description of this video. If you're watching me on Instagram, the link will be in my bio. And if you can't find it, just message me. I'll be happy to send it across to you. There is much more information that I wanted to discuss with you, but time is less. And I think we already crossed the 10 minutes mark. So I try and keep my videos under 10 minutes, which doesn't always happen. So have a look at that blog. And if you have any questions, any comments, do let me know. I'll be happy to help you out. Alrighty, I'll see you guys next